Welcome to another MiTunes podcast right here at manxradio.com.
Marc Tyley, the nation's station, Manx Radio.
Where do you start with a man like Jack Divers? Do you start on stage? Do you start in school? Do you start with a trumpet solo? Do you start with some amazing vocals? I don't know. I'll start by saying hello and welcome to MiTunes, Jack Divers.
Hello, Mark. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and such a lovely intro as well.
Well, I don't know where to start with you because you do so much and you're in so many things and productions. I'm guessing it started as a very young man.
Yeah, it started when I was about 7 years old. I was a musician first and foremost, and it's my dad's fault because my dad's, as you know, my dad's an incredible jazz musician. He's a saxophonist and he's done that for years. And it was a complete accident that I actually started playing trumpet because obviously he was a saxophonist. I tried and I was no good at saxophone. And then he used to play in orchestras and he said, he wanted to try trumpet because he loves all types of instruments and wanted to try it. So he borrowed a trumpet off one of the band members and brought it home, and he had a go and he was useless at it. Whereas me, 7-year-old kid, shiny instrument, decided to have a go, and he had it for a week, and I learnt a scale in a week. That's where I kind of discovered I do a lot of things by ear, so I just listen to it and figure out the notes. My musical theory is terrible. Awful. So usually when I go, how do you improvise? I just listen and find which notes work.
Yeah. And I think, having talked to a lot of musicians on this show, the better and stronger your ear is, the harder it is then to go back to try and read the dots because you're doing so well without them.
Yes and no. So I was very lucky in the fact of obviously I started doing that. So that was the base, and I was literally listening to a song and kind of going, okay, I want to play that line. It was very simple, but it was like, oh, wow, okay, he's got a handle of that. So he gave it back to his friend. I didn't have a trumpet for 6 months, and I just would not stop going on at him until he gave in. So I got a trumpet, and then I needed lessons, and that was actually with Ken Mitchell, another very involved musician on the island, and he brought me into Douglastown Band, and so I then actually learnt the dots and was trained, classical training, playing in brass bands for 10 years, but that jazz side was always there, so I did the big band, and I stopped doing brass banding when I was 16, 17, and then now I just kind of do gigs. I like the freedom, but also the fact that I learnt the dots and structure and the classical training has helped me massively. So it means I can do orchestral work in the in the pit in the theatre. So I'm very lucky from that side. So I do have some, but as soon as you go, it's in E minor, and I'm just like, cool, I'll catch up. I'll just make it up.
Gotcha. Where did you go to school?
Williston. I was Williston for when I was younger, because I was started when I was so young. We actually brought kind of peripatetic teaching to the school. Yeah, I actually kind of got other students starting to play instruments at the school, which was really nice. And then when I went to Ballacameen, and we did like the wind orchestra there. I did some of the wind orchestras over the years. So, but it all adds up. It's all experience for musicians, and it all adds up to getting to wherever you're going. There was never a plan. There still isn't. It's all just kind of going, let's see what happens. I just go, I'll give it a go and see what happens.
Now, we're talking a lot about the trumpet, but we're going to have to talk about the singing. We'll do a lot more talking about the singing tomorrow, but I want to stay on this jazz track for your first choice of music. Talk us through choice number one.
Choice number one is Jamie Cullum. I don't have necessarily favourite artists because I love such a wide range of music. I love all types of music, but Jamie Cullum is one of those that I've always resonated with. My voice sits very similar to where his is, but his jazz style, it's a more of a modern turn, whilst also some of the classic side, and just the musicianship is stunning. I've seen him twice live as a performer on stage as well, and singer, musician. He doesn't care. You just see it's the passion of the music, and it's awesome. So I heard this song. I went to watch him in Reykjavik in Iceland in March, and again, just incredible. And there's so many tunes I could pick from, but this one I just thought everyone loving, and just the audience was going wild with it, and he gets you all to dance along. So yeah, feel free to sing along, dance along with this one, because I think it's an awesome tune.
And it is
Jamie Cullum, You and Me Are Gone.
Da 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 da.
will be the leader of the blind. A gender, love, and true facade. I'm in possession of so many tones. I've loved it all my life. Feel the rhythm in your very bones. I never sleep at night. You and me are gone. You and me are gone. Winter bitter song. You and me are gone, gone away. Truthfully, I've got a modus operandi. I never seem to finish loving. To train your eye and force yourself to make a stand. When it dies, I want it stuffing. Lose yourself out on the edge of reason. Cheaters to tell. So even I don't know what I am feeling. Lost until I fell. You and me are gone. You and me are gone. Winter's bitter song. You and me are gone, gone away. Seems the joyous prose has left my tongue for other warm climes. Battle songs are written to be sung. A million toxic rise. Hey, you and me are gone. 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 You and me
Yesterday, with my guest, Jack Divers, we talked a lot about the trumpet, how he got one poked in his mouth when he was about 3 weeks old, and he never put it down, and then Daddy had to go and get him another one because it got hidden or taken away. It's tragic. It's could have scarred you for life, Jack.
It did. It was childhood trauma.
I'm going to say. But let's talk about your singing, because you have got a fabulous, fabulous voice, and you sing with all sorts of people. We'll talk about the various bands as well. When did you first started singing?
First of all, thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you to say. I didn't start singing until I was 17. I didn't, I messed around when I was younger, but I didn't start singing until I was 17. It's because I wanted to do the school musical. And it was like, but if you want to do that part, you've got to sing.
Oh, what was it?
It was a terrible musical called Alison. It was a school musical. It was fun, but I had to sing for it. And it was one of those, obviously, I had my musical background, I had the ear. Kind of going, oh, okay. I just started messing around, having a go with things and playing around with stuff. And my mum used to do makeup in the theatre shows, and so she was already involved in that. And she said, well, why don't you? And I started getting into theatre at that point at school, in the last 2 years, kind of going, oh, I enjoy singing. But she was like, well, why don't you audition for one of the musical shows? So I auditioned for, I think my first show was My Fair Lady. And yeah, I mean, guys in theatre are a dime a dozen. So gents, if you want to get involved in theatre, please do come down. We'd love to have more of you there. So I started singing with that sort of side. I'd always played in bands, but I'd never really sang. I'm good at harmonies, so I can hear harmonies. So I started gigging with Joey Wild. We had a band together, and we would do, I would do a bit of trumpet and a bit of singing. And I really like singing different styles. I'm not just like sing one style and that's it. I love singing the big band stuff, so I now sing a lot of the big band stuff with Blue Train Big Band, like Bublé, Frank. My voice sits, and sort of likes of Jamie Cullum, voice sits very well around there. But more recently, singing with Funkers, Mother Funkers, is sort of main band with the Row guys, and so we sing a lot of funk stuff, which is where this song has been inspired from. And then obviously I sing a lot of the musical stuff as well.
Now, take you on to that Mother Funkers band. I'm going to be so careful how I say all this.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you live on that, and you've blown the place apart. I mean, seriously, there was a couple of gigs during TT and things, and everyone's going, if they hadn't seen you before. I hadn't actually seen you before, and to catch you on a big stage with a big crowd, that was awesome.
Yeah, Bushies was ace. It was really, we did Bushies, we did Ramsey Rocks as well. I mean, we had some absolutely amazing gigs during TT. We have a lot of amazing gigs a lot of the time. We're very lucky. I don't know what it is about us. I think it's because, I mean, the musicians who I've got around me are absolutely insane. Like, we've got Steve Rowe, Callum Rowe, Fraser Rowe, Lindsay Rowe, Andy Marshall and Danny Neal as well. Yeah. And their musicianship is just incredible.
Who hasn't Danny drummed with? I mean, he's just always there. He's just always there.
Yeah, it's just a case of, I can't do that day, I'm gig. Or he literally runs from another gig into ours.
Yeah.
Because he's such a diverse, brilliant drummer. So Funkers are such a fun band. We just enjoy what we're doing, and it's a bit different from what everyone else is hearing. Just funky, cool stuff. Or putting a bit of a funky groove. I love stuff with a groove and a bass line on it. It gets the groove neck going, and I just get into it, and I don't care what I look like because I'm just loving it.
Well, let's have it. This is Funky Duck, and they are Wolf Peck, am I right?
Yes, Wolfpack, Funky Duck, and it's featuring Antoine Stanley on vocals as well. He's awesome.
He's on the scene. He's the first to leave. Drinking Ovaltine. Since he was 14. He's self-aware. He gave the first TED talk. Can't remember the name. Treat you all the same. Oh, wow, he's a wow, he's a oh, he's a wow, he's a oh.
The music business is a strange and weird business because every now and then the whole thing sort of forgets where it's been and it wants another Frank Sinatra. Oh, look, Michael Bublé. Oh, look, somebody else. They just cannot get enough of young men singing classic big band material, rather like my guest, Jack Divers, who the other night, well, a week or so ago now, with the Blue Train Big Band, you did a couple of singing numbers as well as playing trumpet, and they were superb, Jack. I mean, absolutely stunning. The whole audience just fell in love with that voice of yours.
Thank you very much. I love singing those sort of things, and I think some of it comes from the theatre background. Is like I love connecting with a song. That is one of the biggest things. Anyone can sing something so it sounds pretty and beautiful, but when it doesn't feel connected or genuine, that's when you're not actually singing the lyrics. That's why one of the things Freddie Mercury always spoke about a lot was like, why was Freddie Mercury so good? Yes, his vocal range was incredible, but you felt everything he sang. He sang it with his soul, he sang it with feeling. And again, same with Frank, like you listen to My Way, it's very defined. You feel what he's saying. It's not just the song. You could sing it so it sounds lovely, but if you don't feel it, it doesn't feel real. So when you do feel it, it's one thing I do try and do is sing it, feel the words, just feel what you're singing, and just enjoy what you're singing as well.
And it's such a different style from your vocals with the Mother Funkers. You see, I've got it right down. Keeping myself in check here. It's completely different. I mean, but both of those are exquisite.
I like to play around with vocal style because, you know, it's like it's all very well and good being a one-trick pony, but also it can I get bored, and I love singing that style. But I like trying different things and seeing where you can push yourself to as well, and just experimenting because it's fun. Yeah. You know, going like I'd love to sing that tune, and sometimes you listen to a song and go, I'd love to sing that, but there's no way my voice is ever going to work with that song, or unless I do it in a completely different way, and that's also completely fine. So, yeah, I love the smooth lyrical finding that because I naturally have quite a resonant voice, and it's lovely to play around with that and, you know, get deep and, fill it out and have some fun with it. But, yeah, it's nice to push it the other way as well.
You see, you're a storyteller as well, because when you're on stage, you've been in so many productions, you're wonderful with the dramatic art. So when you take on a powerful song with a powerful story, you will tell it as well as sing it, and I think that comes across.
Yeah, and as I say, it comes back to that feeling what you're singing. You know, anyone can sing a song and a line and it sounds lovely, but why it's not doing anything for me? Music is an emotional thing. Music and arts and everything, it's an emotional thing. We want to connect with it. We want to see it. We are, as human beings, are very, whether we realize it or not, we're emotional beings. We want to connect with things. We want to socialize. And connecting with music is such a big one. Like, music makes you feel so many different things. I went to watch Hans Zimmer live in June, which was sensational. Like, it was incredible. I literally just listened to this music and bawling my eyes out. Absolutely bawling my eyes out. The whole time. I was exhausted at the end of it because just emotionally you connected with it. But if you don't feel what you're singing, you're telling a story. The words are telling a story. So you, as a performer, you need to tell that.
Let's have today's piece of music. What do we got?
So, Black Pumas and Colours. This is one of those songs that it was introduced to me by Callum Rowe, and we performed it with Mother Funkers, and it was one of those that I listened to. It starts off very slow, but it just speaks to your soul. Sometimes you listen to a song and you want it to, to take you to that sad place, and then other times you want an uplifting song. This is a song I feel does all of that.
I woke up to the morning sky first, baby blue just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I shake leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. Then I walk where I'll be shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to with a bitty bluebird fly. In gray clouds or white walls or blue skies, we gon' fly, feel alright. We gon'
I have been given a magic wand, and I can now say to my guest, Jack Divers, I can put you into any musical genre, any stage across the planet, anywhere you want to go as a full-time professional career, but you've only got to choose one. Here's my magic wand. Where do I put you?
Oh my God, that's such a hard question. That's such a hard question. I don't know, because I mean, it's one of the things I love about what I get to do here. I get to do so many different things. I get to do the musical theatre, and I get to do some roles that I would never ever probably get the chance to do professionally, because the people out there are just absolutely incredible. And I get to have you seen the Gaiety Theatre? It's stunning. I've done
it's an amazing resource.
I've done Panso the last 3 years with professional performers that do it professionally across the UK, and I've loved seeing them come over and walk into our theatre, because every single time I've seen their faces drop when they walk out onto that stage and see that auditorium for the first time, and they're just blown away. So the best venue they've ever performed in. Some of them have been doing it for 10 years. Yeah. And I'm like, this is my second home. I'm here in a couple of weeks. It's like, I'm very lucky from that point of view, but it's a stunning theatre. So I get to do that. Then I get to perform with incredible musicians doing funk stuff. I get to do big band stuff. I love the musical stuff. I love getting to do different things. The one thing I was saying the other day to one of my friends was, one of the bands I'd love to sing with and just get to do it for a season is Strictly Come Dancing. The band and the singers in that are incredible, and they get to sing so many different things. They get to sing something different every week. And the musicians in those bands are incredible. The singers are incredible. So I just think it'd be so much fun. It would be brilliant. And you see the fun they're having. If you could wave a magic wand, I'd love to go and perform with Jamie Cullum.
Yes.
go be in his band, because his musicians are brilliant. The fun they have on stage, because it is just all about the music and getting the audience going. Just stuff like that. Just anything. There's not one genre, though. I don't think I could pick one genre.
Interesting. Because I was just wondering, because I've got a funny feeling doors will open, Jack, and things will happen. And you know about this lucky break business. Well, you're ready for it. It just has to happen. I'm convinced you are ready for a very serious lucky break somewhere. and I've no idea which genre it might be because you're so blooming good at all of them.
I appreciate that. But I think it's one of those. I mean, I got friends that are down in London that audition for all these things, and they're all incredible performers. And sometimes it's so hard. It is so hard, and it's, you know, what you're competing against sometimes. It's incredible. We're very lucky over here because it's a slightly smaller pool, but I love the diversity that I get over here and the audiences we get. I'm very lucky. Some of the shows I've got to do Jesus Christ Superstar. That is one of my top 5 shows. I'm fortunate enough, I've just been cast in Jersey Boys, which is coming next July. So I'm going to be playing Bob Gaudio in that. So I'm one of the Jersey Boys, which is going to be awesome because their music is fantastic. I'm doing Elf in December as well. So, getting to sing, because again, something completely different. So
how are we going to close the week musically, Jack?
So my mum introduced me to several bands when I was a kid when she used to take me to school. And that included the Eagles, which was a big fan of Bublé as well, but also Electric Light Orchestra. So to round the week out, I hope everyone enjoys this. I hope it makes you happy for the weekend. This is Mr. Blue Sky.
ELO. Fine work. Jack, thank you for being my MiTunes guest.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Why you had to hide away for so long? Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue, you did it right, but soon comes Mr. Night, creeping over. Now his hand is on your shoulder. Never mind, I'll remember you this. I'll remember you this way. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue Sky, so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you.
Wonderful way to finish a great week of MiTunes with Jack Divers, the fabulous Electric Light Orchestra. Thank you for joining us here at manxradio.com. I'm Marc Tyley. I hope you can pop in to Manx Radio proper, 9:30 to 12. Anytime you like, Monday to Friday. I'll be here. Thanks again and all the best.